Hi there, Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Yetta Pearl. I welcome you so much. I appreciate you being here. I really love it when you hit the like button or leave me a comment. That just boosts my day just so much. And certainly I love it when you subscribe. So if you could do that, I love that. Thank you. So you'll see that the background here is a little different than usual. Hang on one second here. So we're out camping, and I really wanted to get this reading to you. So, we'll be gone for a few days away from home. So I'm happy to do this while we're out. I just love doing these readings. And so no matter where I am, I just take the cards with me. So portable and enjoyable. And so here we are with that. Okay. So this is your angel reading for July 5th through 11th, 2021. And this is a general reading, so take the parts that resonate with you and leave the rest, because that's for somebody else, no problem. Okay, so, whoops, there we go. Oh, excuse me, I have to cough. I still have some allergies going on. There's a lot of wonderful blooming and stuff going on outside, and so I love that and would not trade it for the world. But it does make me cough a little bit. So, angels, one more card for my lovely Leo for this July 5th through 11th. One more bit of wisdom that we can talk about here. Okay, a little bit more. So, as always, this is our guardian angels who are giving the messages. So, I ask them deliberately. I meditate a little bit, kind of. I'm not great at meditating. But I do definitely focus on Leo and the predominant traits of Leo people. And so I bring that energy in before I invite which cards want to come forward. So that's how I do it. So here we go. Let's start. Okay, is that where we should start? Well, yeah, this is a really nice reading. This is a very going within reading. It's time for you to really pay attention to how you're feeling on the inside, the things you're thinking, the things you want, and learning to trust yourself. Sorry. So that is the first message that comes through, is trust. And this is trust of yourself. You have all the knowledge and the skill required to make your own decisions. There's nobody else qualified to do that. So if you find yourself, asking all your friends and asking your closest people, the people who live with you or who you spend the most time with, who you trust, if you're asking them, what should I do? Please take that only as ideas, right? Just because the person that you trust more than anyone else says, oh, you should absolutely do this instead of that, that's only part of the story, because they don't know your inside, right? They don't know how you feel. They don't know your gut feeling. They don't know if you get a lurch in your insides when you think about doing that thing, right? So you need to be paying attention to your own self and your own inner intuition, your own guidance from your guardian angels. That is truly the most trustworthy guidance or advice that you will ever receive. And so they're telling me that some of you don't quite yet trust when your intuition has told you something. That's okay. You just keep going with it, and then that's how you learn to trust it, right? Is by going with it and discovering, oh yeah, that did turn out pretty good, even though my intellect and my friends said that the opposite would be true, right? So that's how you do that. And this is true looking within yourself. This is not just, oh, what do I feel like doing today? Oh, I'd like to do that. And then you follow that. That is not intuition. No. So to discover your intuition, you want to do things like, so they suggest yoga. Meditation is also good. Simply being quiet and listening Like all this whole reading is geared toward how you can hear and receive your guidance. So your angels want you to know that there are 4 main ways that they will communicate with you. So one is your vision. So sometimes this is your physical eyes, things that you see in the world around you, and that will be, it could even be a billboard, right? With a message on the billboard, and you think to yourself, oh my gosh, that is exactly what I've been asking about. The message is for you. That is synchronicity, right? When things line up like that, because they know that you've been asking about that. So then they direct you to that spot so that you can see that answer, right? The other part of the vision thing is that it's often from your third eye. So it's in your inner eye. They will show you visions or pictures or sometimes they'll show you a book with words on it that you can just read it. It's different for everybody. There's also your hearing sense that they will use to communicate with you. So this is all your angels, your guardian angels, as well as the archangels who are guarding you at the moment and things like that. And so when you're asking them the questions about what's right for you and what you should avoid, then these are the ways that they will communicate with you. So your vision, also your hearing. And again, it's also inner and outer. So you might hear things with your physical ears. You might overhear a conversation that's talking exactly about what you were just, have been questioning, right? It also could be your inner ear where you hear a voice that could even sound like your own voice, but the vibration of the message is not something that you would have come up with or would have thought of, right? So you get to know that it's a gradual thing. Like, give yourself a break. It takes a bit of time to learn how these things feel. Anything that is a fear-based message that tells you to really hurry, you have to do this right now, and stuff like that, that's an ego-based thing, and that is not the same as your spiritual guidance, right? So a third way that they will communicate with you is with your feeling senses. So again, inner and outer. So for the outer, it could be, you get goosebumps. A lot of people get goosebumps when they really resonate with something, right? Or sometimes it feels like somebody's arm around your shoulders, a warm hug, right? Sometimes it's the inner feeling. So that's your gut. That's also, so it would be individual for each person, but sometimes there's just this unique little feeling on the inside. Mine, I get kind of behind my sternum, and so it's a feeling that tells me that I should either stay there because it's a warm fuzzy feeling, or I should get out because it's not comfortable at all, right? So and then the fourth way that they will communicate with you is that knowledge, sudden knowledge. They just download it, so you just know. And those are all true guidance from your angel team. And the angels have this overtop vision, right? They can see everything going on in your world all the time. They can see all the nuances, all the side paths, all the people with influence in your world, right? And so because they can see everything, which we cannot, then they have this unique ability to decipher everything and be able to guide us in places to avoid the big obstacles, or even to steer us to some of the obstacles so that we'll learn how to deal with those, because they can see later on more of that is coming up, so that we need to learn now how to handle that, right? So all of this whole reading is geared toward how you can hear and feel and see and know your guidance from the angels who only have your best interests at heart, right? So yoga, meditation, learning to trust that the messages you're receiving are real, listening. So you have to kind of eliminate the external chatter, right? If you are one of those people who is absolutely a social butterfly, You're always with friends. You're talking all the time. You're enjoying. I see you laughing and smiling and joking and always with people. And it's time to take a bit of time away from people. Holy, scary as hell, right? No worries. You're covered. Your angels got your back. So when you take some time and you have no noise going, so no radio, no music, no TV, nobody talking to you. Oh, and there's a butterfly trying to get in the window for you. Beautiful. You're absolutely ready for this transformation. So quiet everything around you. Even have your pets somewhere else, or take yourself somewhere where your pets are not, whichever works best for you. And then ask yourself questions, or acknowledge to yourself what your questions actually are first, right? And then ask the questions. And you are asking yourself, and that takes it to your guidance system, to your angels, to your guides. And just, first of all, you're feeling out, like, how does it feel to ask that question? Because you've been asking the questions all along, but you're never really paying attention. You're never really focusing upon it. So see how that feels to do that. It's going to be a little unfamiliar. You've done it a little bit before, but not as much as you need to right now, right? So feeling the vibrations of that, and then slowly, as you get used to that, you kind of sit back and you go, okay, so what is the answer? And you're trying to get out of your intellect. You're trying to get into all your senses. They may show you pictures of things. They may bring butterflies to you, like real ones or fake ones, or pictures of them, or whatever. That all counts. They may send ladybugs. That's a very common one. Coins, feathers. Those are all answers. And really feel within yourself to know, what does that answer actually mean? And like I said, this is not an intellectual exercise. This is a feeling exercise. And so, in the vast majority of cases, the signs that are sent to us, like as we're walking down the sidewalk and you see a feather, and then a while later there's another one, and another one, and another one. These are all synchronistic events. Generally, the answer is you are on the right path, because the path that you're on keeps leading you to more and more of this, right? So when you are sitting quietly and you are listening, just see if you can notice what the actual answer is, and if there's more to it, like other than that you're on the right path, right? It takes a while to develop this. So one time is not going to do the whole thing, right? I'd suggest doing this, if you can handle doing it every day, then do. Certainly a couple of times a week, right? To do direct communication to and from your guardian angels. Yes. And so another way they will communicate with you is in your dreams. So if you're one of those lucky enough to remember your dreams in the morning, then write them down. Or if you wake up during the night, then jot it down. And so keep the pen and paper beside your bed, right? And then, just kind of pay attention. What was in the dreams? What's the flavor of the day? Sometimes they'll be just kind of random, as dreams go, and they'll be weird and all that stuff. It's all good. Just see what they are and see if you do notice there's a message in there for you, right? If you don't tend to remember your dreams, ask before you go to bed for your dreams to be visual or whatever to you. Visible is the word I'm trying to say, so that you remember them in the morning. Okay. And so from all this, from learning how to really truly communicate with your guidance system, that's where the great ideas come from. Amazing. And the inspiration to put the ideas in action and other things as well, and how to do them and what's the next step. So if that's kind of what if your question is, oh, I don't know how to do this thing, so should I do that? Or I have all these different options, I could do this or I could do that or the other thing, then getting quiet and listening and hearing your guidance is what's going to give you the answer to your question, right? You have to get quiet and understand how to hear it, or how to receive it is a better word, how to receive it. And so the one card that seems to be a little bit separate from the rest of the reading. Some of you are in the romance of the century. Woohoo! Doesn't that feel amazing? That is, like, this is the summer for you to just kick back and relax and enjoy. This is like the epitome of the awesome high school summer, right? When it comes to romance. So, excuse me. So, yeah, and for some of you, this is about to happen. It's the ending part of the reading, like everything's flowing this way, right? And so the getting to know yourself and your inner self and your inner knowledge and how to be quiet, right? Instead of just being a chatterbox all the time, instead of always having other chatterboxes around you. This quiet is what's going to really bring this romance to you. Picture the quiet romantic evenings on the beach, just sitting together, being quiet. A lot of people are really craving that quiet. And so when you're capable of doing that, you're attracting to you these amazing people. And within those amazing people, you'll find one who you really, really click with. So that feels amazing. So in terms of permanence, like, it feels like some of you, this is, definitely could lead to a really, really deep, long-term relationship. For some of you, it's a fling, and good. I mean, have the fling. I mean, let's have some fun. That's what life is about, is having fun and experiencing joy. And just do it. Just go with the flow. This is awesome. Okay, so let's take one more bit of wisdom from the daily guidance cards. Let's see, angels. There it is. Assertiveness. What are your boundaries like? So even with that brand new romantic partner, for some of you, you don't want to lose yourself, right? And in every situation, so I'm really seeing work situations and a little bit of like home relationship situations, although it seems less. There are times when you know best. There are times when this is specifically about only you. And so because you are the one who knows best about your own self, you need to stick to your boundaries about that. For example, if you were hired for a job and you said to them, I can absolutely never ever work Sunday. And now suddenly, after you've been there 2 or 3 months, suddenly they want you to work Sundays all the time, when they said it was totally fine to start with. It's up to you to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't. No big long-winded explanation, no feeling defensive about that, and no feeling anger about their position. They're asking. That's all they're doing. They're asking. And it's up to you to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Remember, I told you I can't do that. And that's the end of it. If some of them want to make that into a bigger deal than it is, then just remind them that you did talk about that at the beginning, and it was all okay. And now it has to still be okay, because that's how it works for you, right? For other situations, it's maybe not a work situation. So still the same thing. This is your boundary. This is your decision. This is about you, and nobody else gets to make that for you. If you back down, then you will be expected to back down continually in the future. So no matter what you do, always just say with conviction and with firmness, without hostility, just say that this is how this is, and sorry, that's not changeable, that part. So being assertive for your own self. Oh, and for your children. I'm just suddenly being shown that. And for your children, because they are not yet old enough to be able to do that for themselves. It's part of your job to do that. So, okay. So, because we're traveling, I didn't bring my globe with me. But still, if you would join me, and we'll just spend a moment sending absolute love and joy and beauty to the whole world around us, and let it spread in ever-widening circles. Feels great. That was a great reading, Leo. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you next week.